I'm Kozi, and before we jump into the speed build, I wanted to mention that I stream regularly here on YouTube, all sorts of comfy games, ASMR, and more. So if you're interested in that, check them out sometime. And of course, I want to do more of these speed builds, so check back in sometimes for more. And one last thing. For all my builders out there, I haven't seen it talked about too much, but you can actually unlock the ability to convert bells into Poke once a day in the Happy Home Paradise DLC. So make sure you do that. It can help out a lot since you can order any furniture you might want for your island from the Happy Home catalog. Alright, and with that, let's get into the speed build. Today we're going to be making a house for Daisy May and also her grandma Joan. And I thought that since there's not really that much in terms of like turnip furniture, I thought that they might have a cute little farmhouse, kind of a farmcore vibe with a lot of the new wheat fields and also a lot of the new crops. I never know what kind of fence I want to use. I always like the country fence, but the barbed fence seemed like it was a better fit here. And of course, for anyone who might not know, you can actually hit X on any of the plants to go through their phases. You can do the same thing with trees in the Happy Home Paradise DLC. I already had some gardens on one side, but I decided to put some on the other side too. Just make it a really farm sort of layout. I really wish I had some in-the-ground turnip plants to add here, honestly. Just laying out some flowers here. I always feel like flowers really complete a vibe. They add a lot of color. And I'm also adding in a lot of the new vines. Those can really make cliffs just have some more personality, I feel like. Of course, right now I'm just heading through my list of items and trying to find a couple of things that I feel like would look good on a farm. I tried out like the big mushroom that you saw there, but didn't really work out well. The clothesline is good, the greenhouse, you know, just a lot of little extra things. I feel like I put a lot of my favorite items in this exterior. I really love the water spigot and also the schefflera. That is like my favorite plant now. You can see me kind of getting stuck in the menus here, trying to figure out what else I wanted to add in. I just decided to do a couple of weeds on the dirt there to make the ground look a little bit more realistic before adding in the rest of the crops. And after I finish up the exterior of the house here, it is done. Just like that, we have Grandma's house, at least the outside of it. I think it really came out well. I think I really like the farm vibe of it all. This is kind of what my own island looks like right now. It's very farmcore, it's very fall themed. All of the crops are ready to harvest. Very cute. So this is a 2-level house, so let's go into floor number 1. right off the bat when I decided to make this house what furniture I wanted to use, so I directly searched for the ranch set. This is a brand new set that just got added in with the DLC, and it is so good for farmcore. Just trying to make a little kitchen over here in the corner with it, and I was trying some interesting stuff out with counters. It didn't really work how I wanted it to, though. Of course, I'm also using the partition walls. I wanted to try out this trick that I've been doing in pretty much every house that I've been making recently, with a sort of window setup and a false wall, kind of covering off one part of it so you don't see every bit of the window, but you see a little bit of it. Still not really sure what I'm doing with the kitchen pieces yet. I'm still trying to figure out the layout, how I want to do things. I don't like that the counters don't sit flush up against each other when they're turned to the side like that. I really wish they just connected up a little bit nicer. When picking out my walls here, I looked through a few different kinds of them, but I decided on the soothing tea room wall. It was a little bit too... the windows are rounded, of course, so I decided to just take the windows out because they didn't really fit with what I was going for. You can see that I'm still struggling with the kitchen counters. I really want them to connect up like that, but it just didn't work out. You'll see how I fix it in a little bit. And as I move this box into place over there, finally my kitchen layout is done. That's what I stick with for the rest of this build. I'm adding a lot of greenery and extra plants into this kitchen and into the build in general, just because, you know, I feel like they probably have a pretty extensive garden outside. They would probably have some stuff inside too. I feel like Joan is probably a pretty big gardener, right? Right? She's the turnip lady. I've been doing this in a lot of my builds lately. There are a lot of new rugs that are either brick or wood tiles or stuff like that, so I've just been kind of using them to separate out rooms and make them look a little bit more unique in each area. And now that the grandma kitchen is pretty much done, I'm just moving on to a little living space, like a living room type of area. I'm using a bookshelf to cover up the brick tiles that poked out underneath the partition wall there. And then I wanted to go with a kind of grandma-y couch, but I couldn't find a good one. This one was the best I could figure out. I weirdly struggle a lot with this desk area. I kept going back and like trying to figure out if I wanted to put rugs underneath it, if I wanted like some sort of tile underneath it, something like that. I changed it like 3 different times, I feel like, before I finally settled. Can I just say that I love this new crop basket item? You can get it from Leaf. He gives it to you after you shop a little bit from him on Harv's Island. He sends it to you in the mail, I think. Either that or he hands it to you in person, but it is a fantastic item. It looks so good. So since I keep trying to use the partition walls all the time recently to make these false walls, I've been trying to find items that poke through the walls enough to kind of make it look like there's still things hanging on the wall. I need a lot of items that stick out a lot from the wall, but those lights were the best I could find for this particular spot. Right now I'm just doing some final touches. I'm sticking a bunch of things on the wall. That is my last step in doing a room, just going through and adding like things to make the place look more lived in. In this case, I made it pretty cluttered because I feel like that's a very grandma's house vibe. And of course, one of my final steps is adding in the family photos. But this should be about done. With the bottom floor out of the way, now we need to head upstairs, and this is where I'm going to put their bedrooms. Both Daisy Mae and Joan's bedrooms are going to be up here, and it's going to be kind of a tight fit. I wanted to make this house pretty small, like tight, close quarters, because I felt like that was for the best for this build. It was like a small ranch house. It was pretty easy to figure out Joan's bed, but figuring out Daisy Mae's was a little bit harder. I wanted it to look pretty cutesy still. I wanted it to have sort of a childlike feel to it. The best I could come up with still keeping with the farmhouse vibes, was this simple blue, but I make her room look a lot more kid-friendly a little later on. Since doors don't exist in Animal Crossing, not with the partitions and stuff like that, I decided to do a curtain partition to kind of look like it was blocking off at least the entrances of their rooms. I was struggling to figure out some things to put in this upstairs area because I did want it to still be a pretty small space. I couldn't do a full bathroom or anything like that, so I put in a sink. And also when I started working on Daisy Mae's room, I gave her a little teddy bear, but I also gave her a bamboo basket, which is kind of like the basket that they wear that carries the turnips. This is the part of the build where I started struggling in the menus a little bit, trying to figure out what exactly I wanted to add up here. I just wasn't quite sure. I really wish there were a couple extra options for searching items in the menus. It's a little hard to find what you want sometimes. And at this point, I kind of decided that there wasn't a lot that I could stick on the floors and still make the room able to, you know, walk around in. So I just started sticking a whole bunch of things on the walls. This is like the most cluttered wall. I think this was my favorite part of the upstairs. I gave Daisy Mae a lot of these starry garlands, and I thought it really made her room look a lot more like a kid's room. Like, I would want that room if I was a kid. And after finishing up on the walls, that is the build. So I figured I would take you guys through a little sort of a house tour in the new first-person camera. I thought it would be really cool to see it up close and personal like the animals might see it in person. So this is just a quick little walkthrough of the upstairs bedroom area, and then we will do a little walkthrough of the downstairs too. I actually love how Joan's room came out. So cute. Such a grandma room. Oh, and she has a picture of Daisy May right next to the bed, of course. And let's go downstairs into the kitchen first. Oh, I think the kitchen turned out great. I think it's my favorite part of the entire build. And then we head into the living area with the nice, cute little family pictures right by the entrance here. Oh man, that veggie basket looks so good up close. Nice bookshelf. The lights still kind of cut into the wall a little bit, but you know, it's fine. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm just gonna go ahead and let the little happy home preview play for you really quickly while I do my ending bit. I hope that you enjoyed this speed build. I will be doing more of these in the future. If you would like to see more of them, please subscribe and maybe give it a like. And yeah. Keep in mind that I do stream Animal Crossing pretty regularly here on YouTube, so if you'd like to see that, come by and hang out with me sometime, alright? Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye!